Hello Virgo, happy new year to you and welcome to your general tarot card reading for January of 2019. Virgo, in your January spread we have the following cards. We have Page of Cups, we have Nine of Wands, we have the Fool, Knight of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Two of Pentacles, Four of Wands and Nine of Cups. So from the first glance at your cards, Virgo, I can tell you that don't try to force things. That there's some kind of new beginning, a new opening coming to you with Page of Cups. And then the new things that are going to kind of come and introduce themselves into your life. Some of them, because it's time for them. It's almost like, feels like something that already has been set in motion, so it's going to come through. But what they're saying, you're going to have your wish coming through, everything going to sway your way. Eventually, however, don't try to resist it. Don't try to force and control whatever is happening too much. So let's dive into your cards, and then we're going to kind of decipher kind of what the spread is to tell you in kind of on a deeper level. So in terms of Page of Cups, it's like all of the court cards in tarot. It's very interesting because it might be representing a person, might be representing someone who is younger than you, someone who is kind of more on emotional side of you, on more emotional side of things, but equally might be representing an event. And I think in this particular case, it's more about event than anything else. And because of that, I would say that it's announcing a new phase in your relationship with life that is about to commence. And also there's indication that if there are any obstacles currently, they might be soon to be removed, and you might be gaining different kind of perspective and angle. Also, I would say that it is important for you, whenever the help and assistance going to be offered to you, graciously and gratefully accept it. Because the page is also indicating news. There might be an important news or information coming your way regarding some kind of future activities. So overall, Page of Cups, it's kind of a new opening, very positive message arriving in your way regarding a project or idea. So get ready for the action when it comes to the Page of Cups. And then you have a Nine of Wands. And Nine of Wands, it's kind of representing the kind of wrapping up, kind of end of cycle of sorts. As you can see, he's standing there holding to this one of the wands, that the other ones behind him. So what I would say, it's a very Pacific card overall. However, you might have a certain attitudes coming towards, it might be indication, or it might be telling you about certain attitudes that you might be displaying. And some of them, it's you might be worried too much, overwhelmed about certain things. You might be getting used to fighting for things in your life. So you might have this attitude of, what do you want? What is coming next? It's almost like you are anticipating some kind of difficulties. And this is all about worries and certain coping mechanisms. They are not really serving you. And this is to confront them. And realizing that maybe, and just maybe, your understanding on your kind of take on certain things is not longer serving you. Things are, you might have a kind of, you might be suspicious. You might be, I would say, ready for something, but equally be worried about this something that is coming your way, and you might be kind of resisting something that actually might be extremely positive. So this is up to you to kind of revisit and look into the way how you're coping and how you're managing with certain things, because this might be driving you towards feeling exhausted and anxious, and there is no need for it. So this is when it comes to the Nine of Wands. For some of you also, boys, coming through, there might be implication of rewards coming your way, beneficial gains brought to you by your past deeds. But this kind of feeling of the hardship and struggle that builds your resistance and your character, it's a good thing to acknowledge it, but would be kind of more beneficial if you're going to adapt kind of more balanced approach towards life's problem and issues. And then we have a Fool, and Fool is representing this new beginning, this point of everything is possible, everything is kind of available to you. And this is coming, it's almost like representing a life force coming your way and saying, try new things. The Fool is it's holding a rose, and rose is a symbol of the best is yet to come. Is the dog is next to it, and so dog is representing this kind of idea of your instincts, something that is driving us, someone who something that is giving us our subconscious sometimes as well. So this is, Fool is also talking about trusting yourself, and trusting yourself to take step into unknown, and not be afraid about making mistakes, because the Fool, as well as the Page of Cups, is indicating the new beginnings, and those new beginnings might be in terms of new opportunities open up to you, but also on the deeper spiritual meanings. So the Fool might be indicating here for you, Virgo, fresh start in almost any aspect of your life. So it's, I would say, closing one cycle and another cycle open up here. And when it comes to the Knight of Swords, it's almost like a backing, the Fool over here. And Knight is representing, Swords, they're representing the way how we communicate the ideas. He's charging, he's charging against the wind. As you can see, those trees, they are kind of wind being blown in one way, but he's charging against, and he is kind of ready to embrace it. And because this kind of sword is out of the frame of the card, sometimes the knight is not recognizing its own force and potential, and because there are also a lot of birds around his head, is the indication is here. There's a lot of thought is taking place, that and clouds that they are above his head, so still that there's not much clarity. So there might be a lot of thoughts coming your way, but there might be not a lot of clarity. Nevertheless, And the King of Swords, it's actually fairly upbeat and cheerful card, bringing a lot of positive energy. Also, what I would say that it might be indicating some kind of activity, development, travel, getting things done and accomplished. And actually, I would say that is enforcing the Fool, because what this Knight of Swords is saying is to go after your heart desire. Nextly, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and Wheel of Fortune can represent sometimes things. Once again, it's like with the Nine of Wands over here, you're going to reap rewards, or something going to happen because of your previous deeds. So things were put in motions. And this Wheel of Fortune is also representing the change as well as the Fool, but different kind of change. Sometimes this change going to be difficult because it's going to kind of yank you out of the current situation and your ways that you might be already well set into. Once again, this is representing, I would say, Virgo here, it's some kind of cycle that is coming to the end. So I would say that if you're going to find that things might be outside your own control, it's all about realizing what you're able to control and what is within realm of your control. So it's almost like with the Serenity prayer, it's all about realizing to have this kind of wisdom to realize what is within the realm of your control, and what things you have no other choice but take them as they are, and kind of roll with any changes that come in your way, and have this kind of positive attitude, because indeed, you know, our perception is shaping our understanding of things. So I would strongly advise letting go of trying to control things. It will be far much easier for you if you're going to just take things for what they are, come to the terms, and allow them to flow. Also, because Virgo, you have those Two of Pentacles here, you might be struggling with the change. There might be too much of up and down here. You might be wanting, for whatever reason, try to influence or manage the change. But what the Two of Pentacles is indicating over here, more you're going to try to do it, more difficult it might get. Equally, the Two of Pentacles over here, Virgo, might be indicating kind of struggle. There might be a financial struggle, or money can you might find that you barely meeting the ends meet, or you know, how I'm going to pay for this when I have this coming. So that there might be indication of this, but also this card is calling for a balance, and also is saying that not always multitasking or try to do everything in one go is the best way forward. So this card is kind of urging you to focus on one thing at a time, and prioritizing here as well. So with the Four of Wands, Four of Wands is indication of some kind of happy event. Four of Wands is indicating invitation, happier times, celebration. Also security, might be to do with security. In terms of those Four of Wands, might be also talking, Virgo, here about some kind of initiation, being invited, stepping through the threshold. And because there's a castle there, it's talking about the security and the bridge of, also you can see the bridge over here. Bridge might be indication of overcoming struggles and difficulties. So I think in this particular case, the Four of Wands is indication of actually you going through a process, and actually I'm picking up on that whatever problems you might be going through, they will soon pass, and you're going to kind of experience a little bit more of inner peace as well as harmony when it comes to relation to yourself as well of others. That's what I think is very strongly coming through. And lastly but not least, you have Nine of Cups. And Nine of Cups it's all about wish coming through. It's one of the most upbeat cards in the tarot deck. Is indicating wishes coming through. It's showing this nice chap who's some people, they say that he has a very smug look on his face, but this is all about happiness and good things coming to your life. Sometimes they might not necessarily come in a form as you would want them to or wish them to. Equally, whatever you wish, it appears that it's going to come through your way. The Nine of Cups is indicating a period of the good time and happiness. Usually, if you have any questions or any doubts, or you're asking question yes or no, this card is one of the most powerful indication of the yes. However, please bear in mind, nothing is in the future is carved in stone. As to what to focus on, we have Seven of Swords over here, and Virgo, because the overall spread, your spread is talking about the change and going with the change and allowing the change to come into your life and not trying to control things. So if you're going to look at this figure, he is kind of walking forward but looking backwards, and basically what the Seven of Swords is come to tell you here, Virgo, it's to let it go of the past. You cannot look into the future when you are fairly and squarely, you are focusing on the past. And when it comes to additional commentary, we have the rune that is called the Elk. And this rune in particular is talking about the protection, and it's talking about the trying to control your emotions, and is talking about a transitional period. So additional commentary is talking about transitional periods, changing the course of life, and it's also talking about not rushing into the emotions. either into those positive as well those negative emotions that you might have. So this is all about going with the flow, allowing things to kind of fall into the place, not standing in your own way. So I think it's very complementary to your reading, and it's telling you go with the flow, allow things to come into your life, and embrace the transition. So Virgo, as usually, it was an immense pleasure to do the reading for you. I hope that January going to be immensely smashing month for you. Thank you for tuning, and bye for now. If this reading has resonated with you, please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. If you would like to book a private reading with me, please feel free to go to my website www.tarotwithmishka.co.uk, or alternatively you can email me at mishka@tarotwithmishka.co.uk. If you'd like to find me on Facebook, just simply type in Tarot with Mishka. I would like to say a massive thank you for tuning in, and bye for now.